Bob Dillard. Coach, last week, kind of a white knuckler, but the Blue Devils held in there when we had to. We came away with a regional win, 27-20 over Hendersonville.
Well, it was a big ball game for us. It was good to get that win. Hendersonville comes in 1-6, but they didn't play like a 1-6 football team. And talking with other coaches in our region that they'd already played, they told me before the game. They said, get ready. Said that they're better than a 1-6 football team, and they definitely played better than what their record indicated.
Offensively, they did a couple of things that we hadn't seen them do before. In particular, the way they ran their screen play, and it turned out to be a good football play for them.
Yeah, they changed the way they ran their screen, and they ran it to where they gave our defensive end a key to get upfield, which is exactly what they want you to do when they're going to throw the screen. And we'd worked all week long on what we had prepared for, and really that's all we can do. We can't prepare for everything that they possibly could do because we could be out there every day, all day long. And they did put in another wrinkle, and it hurt us twice, but I think they went to the well after it one too many times, and Jeff Gannon made a big play late in the ball game that pretty much sealed it for us.
Our O-line did a tremendous job. We've got Chris Stafford, some big running room, 245 yards rushing.
Chris did a good job running the football, and our offensive line did a better job blocking for him. We were on our blocks, and we didn't miss many assignments, and it's going to take that kind of effort out of our offensive line if we're going to be able to run the football successfully.
Joel Griffin goes down with a knee injury, has surgery on Tuesday. Tremendous loss to this football program on both sides of the ball.
Well, Joel started for us at linebacker, and he started at fullback and played some tailback for us as well. So, Joel is an athlete, and when you put athletes on the field, they're always a threat to make a big play and score from anywhere on the field, and he's definitely done that for us this year, and we're definitely going to miss not having Joel in our backfield.
Also with us this morning, Scott Clemens. Scott works with both the offensive and defensive linemen for the Blue Devils, and this week he's been looking at a lot of game film of Gallatin, and Scott, I know you looked at a lot of their offensive work. They've got some really good people on that offensive front.
Well, they have some big guys. Their offensive linemen are huge. They have a big tight end. They like to run behind him. They're pretty good up front, and their coach does a good job with them, their offensive line coach, and they're good technique.
Not a lot of crazy trick-type plays. Gallatin is pretty much going to line up and come right at you.
Well, yeah, they're going to run, just basic plays they run year in, year out, and they like to just come up and come at you and see if you can stop them.
From what you've seen of their tailback, Amira Robb, how does he stack up with some of the folks you've seen this year?
He may be as good a tailback as we've seen this year. He runs the ball hard. He's quick, and he's pretty fast, and he just, when he finds a hole, and if he hits it, if there's not a hole there, then he'll go somewhere else.
Thanks for being with us, Scott.
All right.
Talking with Scott about Gallatin offensively, it begins with the tailback, Amira Robb.
Amira Robb is, like Coach Clemens just said, he's definitely as good a back as we've seen all year, probably the best back that we've seen all year. He does, all he needs is just a crease. He runs the football so hard, and if he just gets any crease at all, bang, he's loose in the secondary. So we've got to do a good job tackling. We can't afford to miss tackles on a back like Amira Robb. So if we do a good job tackling and don't miss tackles, then I like our chances a lot better.
They've played two different quarterbacks. They've worked those guys in and out. One has trouble taking snaps, and the other one's thrown 6 interceptions.
Well, they've alternated quarterbacks, like you said. One of them's a tall, kind of lanky left-handed kid, and the other one, number 10, is kind of a little stockier, more of an athletic-looking type quarterback. He's probably a better runner than the left-handed kid, but I would say, despite the fact the left-handed kid has thrown 6 interceptions, he may be a little better passer than number 10. So the word that we're hearing is that 10 is going to start at quarterback, and they seem to be a little more run-oriented with their quarterback when he's back there, so that's what we've been preparing for this week.
Defensively, Gallatin has some smaller people on the front. They really rely on those linebackers.
Well, they do, and they move their down people around quite a bit, slanting and pinching and that kind of thing to try to free up their linebackers to run to the football and make plays, and they've done that. Looking at their stats, one of their linebackers is their leading tackler, and the other linebacker is third. So they do a good job getting to the football. Their defense is well coached, they're well drilled. You're not going to catch them out of position, and what it amounts to is just it's going to be a physical football game. We're just going to line up and and they're going to line up and bring it at us, and we're going to take it at them, and whoever's the most physical will probably win the football game.
Sounds like we're in for a great football game. Stay tuned, and you'll be seeing Lebanon and Gallatin not live, but tape delay from Green Wave Stadium in Gallatin. Stay tuned for action right after this timeout.
The Bob Dillard pregame show has been brought to you by Chum's Convenience Stores with 4 locations to serve you better. By Lebanon Heating and Air Conditioning. By Greg Brothers Car Wash, now with 2 locations in Lebanon. And by TRW Commercial Steering Division. Lennox Video, in association with Lebanon Cablevision, proudly presents Lebanon Blue Devil Football. Your play-by-play host, Clyde Harville. With color commentary by Tommy Bryan. With the game stats, Terry Stafford. And the sideline reporter for the game.
And welcome to Green Wave Stadium. We're ready for kickoff between Lebanon and Gallatin, 2 traditional rivals going at it in a big regional football game tonight from right here in Gallatin. This football game tonight brought to you by the Women's Health Center, Hallmark's Drive-Thru Express, Square One Express, Rochelle, McCullough, and Alds, Piggly Wiggly, Permapipes Division of Midwesco, Lebanon Cablevision, K.O. Lester's Cash and Carry, J.R. Hobbs Realty, First United Methodist Church, First Insurance Group, First Bank and Trust, and Fakes and Hooker. For John Bryan and the toss of the coin.
Thank you, Tommy. The officials are giving the instructions to the team captains at this time. That's referee Jack Lemons. The umpire is Calvin Hobbs. The coin is in the air. It has been tossed. Lebanon has called tails, and Gallatin has won the toss and elected to defer. So we'll see what Lebanon does with their decision. Blue Devils want the ball. The Green Wave will kick it away from the scoreboard. So let me go over these officials right quick. Jack Lemons, the referee, the umpire Calvin Hobbs, line judge Mike Northcutt, the head linesman Mike McKinney, the back judge Shane Stroud, and the ECO, electronic clock operator, is Dallas Johnson. Back up to you, Tommy.
Thanks, John. Jeff Gannon and Ron C. representing the Blue Devils as game captains tonight, along with Andy Bowles. Andy injured all year and has not been able to play. Lebanon taking the field, dressed out in their solid white road jerseys and pants. Lebanon white helmets, white pants, white jerseys, blue trim. Bob Dillard is the head coach of the Blue Devils. His assistants, Jamie Angel, Mike Bartlett, Scott Clemens, Larry Grissom, and Randall Hutto. Lebanon comes in 5-3 on the season. Gallatin head coach Jerry Joslin. Gallatin dressed in the green home jerseys, gold pants, gold helmets, gold numerals, and white trim, reminiscent of the Green Bay Packers. This has been the style of dress over here for a lot of years, and Gallatin supporting their Green Wave. Lebanon with a good crowd across the way. Folks still filing in, just a couple of gates to get into this place, so I'm sure there's folks backed up trying to get in. Lebanon will receive. Gallatin will kick it away. And this note for our TV audience, Kyle Zachary has a number change tonight. Instead of wearing his traditional number 12, he'll be in number 80, and Zachary will stand deep at the 6-yard line. He is deep in return formation for the Blue Devils. Kyle Zachary kicking it away for the Green Wave will be Ashley Donahoe. He's a good one, 20 for 20 on PATs this year, and also handles their kickoff duties. So, folks, here with the play-by-play call of tonight's Lebanon-Gallatin football game is the FM 99 sports director, Clyde Harville.
Okay, thanks, Tommy. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee. Lebanon on the south end of the football field. They will be moving north from your right to left as they receive the opening kickoff. It should be a war here tonight. Gallatin 4-4, Lebanon and 5-3 coming into this one. And Gallatin is set to kick off. As Tommy told you earlier, deep is Zachary, wearing number 80 tonight instead of his usual number 12. Ron C. and Chris Stafford are the short men. And here is Donahoe's kick, long and deep down the middle. Going to be taken by Zachary at the 6 to the 10, out to the 15. Got a little hole. Coming to the near side. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Still on his feet. 50. Dagged down as he crosses the 45, down over the 44 to the Gallatin 43-yard line. A great return by Zachary behind some fabulous blocking down around the 20-yard line.
We got him up the near sideline, and good job by Zachary. Terry Stafford, that may be our longest return of the year.
It is the longest return by a Lebanon returner so far this year, Tommy, from the Lebanon 6 all the way back to the Green Wave 44. That's a 50-yard return for Kyle Zachary.
Blue Devils now split Zachary to the far side, bring Ron C. to the near side. Pitch your quarterback. Reeves is the fullback, and Stafford is the tailback, and the Blue Devils are set to go. They'll pitch it to Stafford. Got some room far side and lost his footing as he made the cutter. He would have had a few more yards. He'll gain a couple, but I think they're going to put it at the 44 where his knee touched, so they're not going to give him anything on the carry, but he would have had a few yards on that side had he not lost his footing as he made his cut to turn downfield.
That offensive front for Lebanon, Bain, Hicks, Clemens, Nelson, and Alds. We will see some one-back look tonight out of Lebanon, and Zachary may line up back there at tailback a little bit to give Stafford a break.
Call it 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils from the Gallatin 44-yard line. Up the middle, they give it to Reeves. Got a hole, big hole. 40, 35, inside the 35, first down. Reeves on the carry. Got a little hole, had a little hesitation, got a block, and ripped it right up over the left side of the center, over the left guard spot, and it's a first down, Blue Devils.
John, it sounds like that Lebanon crowd is really jacked up.
The crowd, the team, the coaches, Tommy, that kickoff return is what we needed to get boosted up here.
C goes right. Coming to the near side is Zachary, wearing that new number tonight, already with a great kickoff return under his belt. They pitch it to Stafford. Coming to the near side, cuts through, got a little room. Stafford's got 5, 6, 7, crosses the 30. Over the 28, down to about the 27-yard line goes Stafford, and he's going to get about 7 good yards on the, they're going to give him nearly 8. Call it a 7-yard gain by Stafford. It'll bring up a 2 and 3 situation for the Blue Devils from the Gallatin 27.
I know a lot of you folks back home had your cabinets raided by some of the students during this can drive. Lebanon defeated Gallatin tonight in the Food to Families Challenge by 20,000 food cans.
2nd down, 3 for the Blue. Pitt underneath calls the signals. Wideouts left and right. They give it to Stafford. Got a little hole up the middle. It closed in a hurry, and he gets a yard. Not a lot of room in there for Stafford to run that football there. Getting up off the bottom of the pile for Gallatin is Homer Vaughn making the stop.
Homer is their leading tackler, the nose guard, 5'9", 215, coming into tonight. 61 tackles. Check that. He's their second leading tackler. He's one of the bigger guys on that front at just 215. They go for quickness and speed on the defensive front, unlike their offensive counterparts, who are monsters.
3rd and 2 for the Blue Devils now. Of course, they're in 4-down territory inside the 30 at the Gallatin 27, just inside the Gallatin 27. Gallatin brings everybody up tight, and they give it to the fullback, and I think he may have the first down. Reeves crosses the 25, down to the 24, maybe the 23-yard line goes Brian Reeves.
Reeves, a sophomore, with the good yardage. Lebanon going unbalanced line, power I, and the A-back, the off-back, Ryan Alds, 265 back there as a blocker, and that certainly helped as Reeves bulls ahead for first down yardage.
Nose of the football nearing the Gallatin 23-yard line, and here come the Blue with a first down. Zachary again goes right. C comes left. Lebanon in the I formation, and Pitt barking the signals and gives it to Stafford. Stafford crawls and scoots over the 20 to the 19-yard line. I don't think they're going to give him but the 20, but a gain of about 3 by Stafford. And they'll mark it at the 20, and they didn't do us any favors spotting the football. 8:26 to play in the opening period. There is no score. Gallatin has not had the ball. The Blue Devils got a great kickoff return by Zachary and have been moving the football steadily ever since, and they're inside the Gallatin 20 by the length of the football. 2nd down, 7 for Lebanon. Pitt with the call. Looks, wants to throw. Fires out to C. Great catch by C for a couple of yards, but what a one-handed grab as C goes way in the air and snags that one one-handed. Quite a catch, guys.